shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motovlogs. Over the past 2.5 years, I've been contemplating whether or not to put one of my Honda Goldwings up for sale. I've decided to put my big sexy Honda Goldwing up for sale because I'm running out of space here in the Caliente garage, and I do not want my motorcycle just sitting. You know, there's a lot of bikers that went out and purchased Honda Goldwings, and now their bike has become nothing but a garage trophy. And I do not wish that on any bikers. As for me, I spend most of my riding on the DCT. My previous generation Honda Goldwing, I purchased it brand new. I am the only owner. I have 85,000 miles on this bike. I've really been enjoying it over the last, 8 years. They said time flies when you're having fun, and I've been having a lot of fun here on this Honda Goldwing. But I hit a glass ceiling. I pretty much done everything to this bike that I could do. I purchased my DCT Honda Goldwing, and I pretty much have done everything to that bike that I pretty much could do. But for the most part, I've hit a glass ceiling on this 2016, and I made a decision to put this Honda Goldwing up for sale. And like I said, this is not a knee-jerk reaction. This is something that I've been thinking about probably for the last 2 to 2.5 years. Now, I know there are some viewers out there that's probably thinking right now, Chris can't be serious. Chris is joking. You know, I've seen a video where he pretended that the bike wouldn't crank. So this might be another shenanigan, and I'm not going to fall for it. But no, I'm being 100% honest. This is not a joke. I'm not pretending. I'm not playing. I've decided to put the big sexy Honda Goldwing up for sale. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I really enjoyed this big bike over the last 8 years. I have no issues with it. It's a big, comfortable bike. The engine is strong, heated seats, heated grips. I've done so much to this bike. It's actually been my personal project, and I have so many accessories on here. I'm gonna pull up my list of accessories that I actually have on this bike. And the things that I mentioned does not come standard on the Honda Goldwing. I put chrome wheels on the bike. I have Fobo tire pressure monitoring, Centromatic wheel balancers, the anti-dive shim. I have a super brace, fork brace on the front. I had all balls, stem neck bearings put in the bike. I have the Karayakin ring of fire, front and rear. I have the Gold Strike offset handlebar perch mount. I have an electrical connection Bluetooth device. As you know, the 2016 Honda Goldwing does not come Bluetooth from Honda. So I actually installed out the market Bluetooth device that will allow me to connect my phone to the Honda Goldwing, and that was an electrical connection device. I put on the Gold Strike wireless phone charger. I upgraded the speakers with show chrome speakers. I put on the Pathfinder DRL fog lights. I put in the electrical connection H7 LED headlights, low beams and high beams. I installed the front LED cube lights, the spotlights that I have on the front, a total of 4. I have 4 Cree lights that I put on the bike. I have a glove box 12-volt cigarette charger outlet that I put on the bike, a F4+4 windshield. I put dual 5-amp USB power hubs on the right and on the left side. I also put a power hub in the trunk with LED trunk lights in the trunk as well. CB, I've installed the CB. I installed the CB antenna, the ride-off center stand. I installed Gold Strike adjustable floorboards, Karayakin ISO highway pegs, Karayakin passenger transformer floorboards. I have the ultimate mid-rider seat. the Caliente Revolution backrest, the Caliente passenger armrest, Caliente chrome LED lighted trunk rack, a Honda line LED lighted trunk spoiler. The thing with this particular Goldwing is that the trunk rack did not come on the bike. So I put the spoiler on the bike with the LED and the chrome trunk rack. Also, I've installed the dual Gold Strike LED lighted flag holders. So I have flags, and those are LED lighted on both sides. I have passenger 15 amp cigarette charger. Right. So on this particular bike, I installed a passenger 15 amp cigarette charger, so a passenger could actually plug in their phone, or I could run a air compressor. If you try to plug an air compressor into a regular cigarette charger, you could blow the fuse. So I put in a special 15 amp cigarette charger on the back, just specific for running high amps. I installed the rear LED brake lights, Rivco trailer hitch, Caliente trailer harness light, left saddlebag aftermarket breaker box with dual 30 amp fuse blocks. I have the Can-Am trailer that I put on the bike, or that I pull behind the bike, and they have the Fobo tire pressure monitoring. Also, they have the chrome wheels as well on the trailer. I have tinted wind deflectors by Wind Wings. I have a Valfo dual dash cam, front and rear. You know, if something happens on the road, it records anytime the bike is rolling down the highway. Anytime the bike is actually on, it'll record with the Valfo. I have the rear passenger wind deflector. There's the wind deflector there on the back, and it's also LED lighted as well. I have the show chrome LED brake bulbs, and that was one of the things that I've done to this bike, is that I changed every bulb on here to LEDs. When you purchase this kind of Honda Goldwing, it comes with the halogen lights, and you know those lights run hot. So I changed all of those lights out and went with LED, and I also changed out the LED flasher that's buried under the nose of the Honda Goldwing, because if you change it all of the bulbs with LEDs, they're gonna flash really fast. So you gotta go in and change out that flasher and put in an LED flasher, and I've done that to this bike as well. So all of the lights have been converted to LEDs. I have a Wingstuff belly pan underneath, the Gold Strike big ass cup holder, the Caliente Cub Caddy. I have the Bridgestone Battle-Axe BT46 tire on the front, I have the BT46 tire on the front, and I have a Pirelli P7 185 55 16 run flat car tire on the rear. The battery is the no-coat lithium battery, 600 cranking amps. I have a negative hub block terminal by electrical connection. So anytime I need to connect something to the bike that needs a negative connection, I can connect it to the Gold Strike negative hub block. I put the battery bolt extenders by Traction Dynamics. So if I need to jump off the bike, I have a place to attach the alligator clips. A 3-button auxiliary switch on the front that I actually use for some of the lights on the bike. That 3-way switch that's on the front that's lighted. And I installed the trunk baby buggy bumpers. I pretty much got videos out here on all of the stuff that I mentioned here in this video. So I just wanted to give you guys the breaking news that this will probably be the last video of the big sexy Honda Goldwing. Again, if you're just tuning in, I just want to give you guys the breaking news that I've decided to put my big sexy Honda Goldwing up for sale. So I've decided that I'm not going to do a big deal to where I have a big bid and everybody can bid on it. Somebody had already put their name in the hat for this bike, so I'm not going to take that road. When Honda came out with the new style Honda Goldwing, a lot of you went out and purchased this bike. And for some of you that had the previous generation Honda Goldwings, you immediately traded your big bike and went to the smaller bike, which is pretty normal. Most of the time when a biker picks up a new bike, they'll trade their old bike to reduce the cost of the new bike. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision. I wanted to give myself plenty of time to think about it. And like I said, this is something I've been considering for the last 2.5 years, at least two to 2.5 years. I've been thinking about it. I did not want to have seller's remorse, because I know a lot of you went out there, you purchased the new style Honda Goldwing, you traded your older Goldwing at that same time, and months later you was having seller's remorse. You know, I've had so many of my viewers to contact me and say, Chris, man, I should have kept my big Goldwing. I don't know what I was thinking. And I did not want that to happen to me. So I wanted to give myself enough time to make a decision on which bike that I was going to sell. If I was going to sell one at all, I wanted to give myself plenty enough time. That's why I say it wasn't a knee-jerk reaction. This is something that I've been thinking about for several years, at least 2 to 2.5 years. I haven't been keeping an exact date, but it's been at least 2 to 2.5 years. So many of you went out there, you bought the new bike, you traded your big bike, and some of you had seller's remorse and wish you would have kept your big bike. And some of you actually got rid of your new bike and went back and got the old bike. So we're all different. But the bottom line is this. I made a decision to sell my big Honda Goldwing. It's not sold yet, but there's a 99.99% probability that this is probably going to be the last video where I actually own this Honda Goldwing. And I'm doing this because I need to downsize. I have so many things in the garage. I've actually outgrown my garage, and it's just too tight. It's too many things in here, and I only ride one bike. For the most part, I ride the DCT. Now, if I was going to pull a passenger, I would rather take a passenger on my big bike. But 9 times out of 10, when I'm on my bike, riding by myself. So I just wanted to let you guys know, if you're just tuning in, that I've made a decision to put my big Honda Goldwing up for sale, and it's probably going to be the last time that you guys see this bike here in the garage under my ownership. So I'm just putting that out there. Now there's a 0.1 probability that this sale may not go through, but right now it looks like this is going to be it. So what do you guys think? I want you guys to chime in on this video and let me know what you actually think about the things I've said here in this video. I'm not going to give everybody an opportunity to purchase the bike, because one of my viewers has already put his name in the hat wanting to buy this bike. He's been waiting basically for 3 years to purchase this thing, and now I've decided that I've outgrown my garage. I need to make room around my garage area, so I decided that I'm going to get rid of this big sexy Honda Goldwing. And one thing I want to add, it is not my intention to go out and buy a new motorcycle. If I was going to go out and buy a new bike, I should just keep what I have. Now, down the road, up the road, could that happen? I don't know. I can tell you that I'm not going to do something, and then I turn around and do it, and you say, oh, I knew Chris wasn't telling the truth. Well, no, I don't know the future. But at this moment right here in my mind, the point of selling this is to make room. And if I buy another motorcycle, I'm kind of back to where I started. So it wouldn't do me any good to get rid of this bike just to go get another bike and bring it in. So if I'm going to sell, I got to just get rid of this whole setup. So it's not my intention no time soon to go buy a new bike. Could that happen down the road? Anything is possible. Never say never. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth and say, no, I'm not going to go out and get a new bike down the road. And then I see something I like and go get a new bike. And then you guys say, I knew Chris wasn't telling the truth. So I'm just being honest with you. At this point, I don't see it happening. The purpose of getting rid of this bike is to free up space. And if I go get another bike, I'm kind of back to where I started. I can only ride the bike one at a time. So I made a decision that the big Honda Goldwing is going up for sale. Nothing in life is guaranteed. Enjoy these material things while you can, because tomorrow is not promised. There's a lot of you that went out and bought these bikes and you're not even riding it. Your bikes are just sitting up collecting dust. And I've always said that before I let my bike sit up and collect dust, I'll probably just get rid of it. So that's where we are at this point. So if you guys have any questions or any concerns or any comments, just put it down in the comment section below. Again, anything is possible. There's a 0.1% chance that this may not happen. And if that's the case, I will keep you guys posted. But as of right now, it's probably a 99.99999% probability that this is going to be the last video of my big sexy Honda Goldwing here in the Caliente garage. But I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you guys know that this is probably going to be my last video with big sexy here in the Caliente garage. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, you can leave them down in the comment section below. And I'm going to include my contact information because I'm sure that I'm going to get some phone calls behind this. And last but not least, the takeaway, if you didn't get anything out of this video, the takeaway from this video is I am 100% serious. This is not a joke. No joking. 100% serious. So anyway, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit later out here in the Caliente garage.